Episode 5: The World's Simplest Wealth Formula: Assets versus Liabilities. Chapter 1. Let's start with a question. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to build wealth effortlessly, while others struggle no matter how hard they work? The answer lies in a basic concept that almost no one is taught in school: the difference between assets and liabilities. In this episode, we dive into one of the most powerful ideas from Rich Dad, Poor Dad, an idea so simple, yet so misunderstood that it separates the wealthy from the rest. If you get this one thing right, it can change your entire financial future. Chapter 2. Robert Kiyosaki makes the concept simple. An asset is something that puts money into your pocket. A liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. It's not about how big your house is or how expensive your car is. It's about whether it helps you earn money or costs you money over time. That's the true test. Here's an example. If you buy a house and live in it, it's not an asset because you're paying for it every month. But if you buy a house and rent it out, and that rent pays more than the expenses, that's an asset. Chapter 3. This is where most people go wrong. Society tells us to buy a bigger house, a nicer car, maybe even take a loan for new furniture or electronics. All of these are liabilities, not assets, and each one takes you further away from financial freedom. Rich Dad teaches that the key is to spend your life acquiring assets, things like rental properties, dividend-paying stocks, intellectual property, or a business that generates income. Poor Dad believed in working hard for a paycheck and climbing the corporate ladder. But Rich Dad believed in making money work for you. Chapter 4. Think about your current lifestyle. Are you building a portfolio of income-producing assets? Or are you trapped in a cycle of earning and spending? Robert says this is the real reason why the rich get richer. The middle class often buys liabilities, thinking they're assets. They invest in a bigger house or car, and then have to work even harder to afford their lifestyle. Meanwhile, the rich focus on buying assets first, and let the cash flow from those assets fund their lifestyle later. Chapter 5. It all comes down to this formula. Wealth equals assets that generate passive income, liabilities that drain your income. The wealthier you want to be, the bigger the gap between those two sides needs to be. Build the asset side, minimize the liability side. This doesn't mean you never buy nice things. It just means you buy them later, once your assets are paying for them. Imagine this. You want a new car that costs $500 per month. Instead of financing it directly, what if you focused on acquiring an asset, say a rental property or dividend stock, that brings in $500 per month? Now your asset is paying for your liability. That's smart money thinking. Chapter 6. And here's a big mindset shift. The poor and middle class often focus on income. They ask, how much do I make? But the wealthy focus on assets. They ask, how much do my assets earn for me, even when I'm sleeping? This is why high income doesn't guarantee wealth. Many doctors, lawyers, and professionals earn great salaries but remain financially stuck because their expenses grow with their income. They buy more liabilities instead of assets. Rich Dad's advice is clear. Use your income to buy assets. Then let your assets pay for your life. Chapter 7. So how do you start building assets? It begins with awareness. Track where your money goes. Are you investing in things that grow your money or things that drain it? Start small if you need to. Buy a few shares of a dividend-paying stock. Learn about real estate. Create something that others will pay you for: a course, a product, or a piece of content. Every small asset adds up. And remember, financial freedom doesn't require millions. It simply means your passive income from assets is greater than your expenses. Chapter 8. Let's make it personal. Take a minute to reflect. What do you currently own that could be considered a true asset? How much of your income is going toward building your future? And how much is tied up in things that lose value or cost you more over time? This is a powerful exercise, and it's one that most people never do, but it can reveal exactly where you are and where you're headed. Wealth isn't about luck or inheritance or even intelligence. It's about understanding the simple difference between an asset and a liability, and then building your life around that principle. Chapter 9, before we wrap up, here's a challenge. Over the next 30 days, track every expense you make. Label it either an asset or a liability. Be honest. Then ask yourself, what small step can I take this month to move one liability into the asset column? This isn't just theory. This is the first step to financial freedom. Start with understanding, then take action. Closing in episode 6, we'll break down something even more fundamental. The idea of working to learn, not just to earn. Most people chase jobs for money, but Rich Dad taught Robert something very different. And what he learned might change how you look at work forever. So make sure you subscribe and join us for the next chapter of Success Library. Because the journey to financial freedom isn't complicated. It's just about understanding the rules that rich people already play by and choosing to start playing by them yourself.